Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So this video is continuation to our previous video. So this is regarding a common interview questions for a Java. So till this question we have done in previous video. I will share the video link in description box. So what is the polymorphism and how we can achieve it in Java? This question is done. You can check my previous video. So we will move to the next question. Next question is difference between method overloading and method overriding. So first difference is in method overloading, the two methods should have the same name and same method signature. In method overriding, it should be a same name, same parameters, and this method should be in subclass. Means in the parent class same method will be there, and this method we will be overriding in a child class with different implementation. The second difference between this is method overloading, we can call it as a compile time polymorphism, and method overriding we can call it as a runtime polymorphism. The last difference between method overloading and method overriding is we can overload a static methods, but we cannot override a static method. So let's move to the next question. The next question is multiple inheritance is supported in Java or not? If yes, then why? If no, then why? So the answer of this question is no. In Java, the multiple inheritance is not supported. So let's see why. So see here I have taken one class A and the method is fun. In class B also the method we have taken as a fun, and in class C there is a method fun. Okay. One class is D which is extending the class B and class C. Okay, but in both the classes the same method is there. Let's suppose we have created the object for this class D, and that object is trying to access or calling the method fun. Means for example here we have written D obj is equal to new D and obj dot fun. So here the issue will occur, like ambiguity problem will come here, because here it's not clear which fun method it should call, because it is extending both the classes B and C. In both the classes same method is there. Okay, so here the ambiguity problem will come. That's the reason multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. I hope this answer is clear to you. Let's move to the next question now. Next question is tell me some methods from the object class. So these are the some methods which are there in object class: clone, equals, finalize, hash code, notify, notify all, toString, and wait. You can just list down the method. If they want to ask any method in detail, like what is the use of method, that time you can explore, you can tell them. Next question is what is a static in Java? So static is a keyword in Java which we can use with the variable, methods, and inner classes. Also we can use a static keyword to create a static blocks. Let's move to the next question. What is a final keyword in Java? Okay, so final keyword we can use with the variable, methods, and classes. So in which scenario we will be using? If we declare a variable and we don't want to reinitialize that variable again, that time we can make that variable as a final. And if we don't want to override the method, that time we have to make that method as a final. The class, if we don't want to inherit the class, that time we have to mark that class as a final. So next question is what is synchronized keyword? So synchronized is a modifier which is applicable only for the method and block. If we want to execute a one thread at a time, that time we can mark that method as a block as a we can mark that method or a block as a synchronized. Okay. Next question is, what is immutability in Java? So immutability means once we create an object, then we cannot make any changes on that. We cannot modify that object. So that is the concept of immutability, and the example of immutability is a string. Next question is, what is the difference between string, string buffer and string builder? So string is an immutable class in Java. If our content is fixed and not changing frequently, that time we can use string. But if our content is not fixed and thread safety is required, that time we have to go with the string buffer. And when we should use the string builder, if content is not fixed and thread safety is not required, then we have to go with the string builder. So this is the basic difference between string, string buffer and string builder. Let's move to the next question. Difference between abstract class and interface. So very first difference, if we don't know anything about implementation, just we have a requirement specification, that time we have to use the interface. But if we are talking about the implementation, but it's not completely, means if we know the implementation, but it's a partial implementation we are aware about, that time we have to use the abstract class. The second difference is, in interface, every method is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not. But in abstract class, it's not the case. It's not mandatory that every method should be public and abstract. The third difference is, inside the interface we cannot declare a constructor, but in abstract class we can declare a constructor, which we will be executed at the time of child object creation. Okay, so these are the main three differences which are there in interface and abstract class. Let's move to the next question. What is the exception and how to handle exception in Java? So what is the definition of exception? Exception is an event which occurs during the execution of a program that interrupts the normal flow of the program's instruction. So, what are the examples of the exception? Null pointer exception, file not found exception, runtime exception, array index out of bound exception. So, these are some examples you can tell. And what are the types of exception? Checked exception and unchecked exception. These are two types. And the next question is, how we can handle this exception. So there are two ways we can handle the exception: by using try catch block or by using throws keyword. Okay, so this question is from exception handling topic. So there are some other questions as well. What is why we are using throws keyword, then how we can create a custom exception. This type of questions also they can ask. You have to prepare on that as well. So that's it. So these are the commonly asked interview questions for the Java developer position. I suggest you to prepare all the questions. All are important one. They are asked in many interviews. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and share the video with those who are preparing for the interview. Thank you.